friends, welcome back to Budgeting Over 40. I'm Melissa, and today we're here to allocate the money you see in Ready to Assign. We have $1,375.50. It's not going to go very far because we have one big category that we need to fully fund, which is our rent category. But what we're going to do in this video is a reality check-in as to what has been going on since the month of December started. So let's just jump in. Before we assign this money, I'm just going to go to all of the transactions and we're going to see what has happened since the last time I was here. So you could see there is two transactions that I need to approve. We're going to talk about those. We're going to talk about what we have spent so far, and then we're going to see what we can do, because the reality check, you guys, is that Hubby has not transferred any money in as yet. He did receive a couple checks from his clients. They were deposited into the account, but they have not cleared as yet. So because the checks haven't cleared, we're still waiting for him to be able to pay himself from the business, and then he'll be able to transfer money over into our joint account to take care of some of the bills. So we're just working with my paycheck that came in for, I think it was on the 4th of December. Today is December 8th. So that paycheck did come in on the 4th, as you could see here. And I also just received the SSI benefits this morning. So that is what we're here to budget. And we're just going to go over the transactions. So I did talk about the paycheck that came in for $2,483.77. We have gone through and spent some money. So the Raymore and Flanagan was paid for $128. I did pay a firm for $415.35. You could see some cash back came in because I did swipe my Apple Card. Then you could see here that my 401k got a payment. So I did see a payment that was registered on the website. So I went ahead and applied that to the balance that I'm tracking here in YNAB. Then I went to CVS and I purchased some household goods for $21.05. I think I did speak about that before. Then I took my son out, well, with my little one, my little girl as well. For his birthday, we went to a Christmas light show. I thought it was supposed to be free. This was in our community, but they ended up charging us $6 per child and $12 for an adult. Hubby was out working at the time that we went, so $24 was what we spent. Then I did go to King Cullen and purchase some cupcakes for the after school program. They usually do like a little celebration with the kids who have a birthday there. So parents usually bring things in and the kids enjoy, having all the attention on them. So he was very happy. So $26.45 was what I spent on cupcakes from King Cullen. Then I did pick up the prescriptions at CVS for $39.99. I think I have already spoken about that. That was a pending transaction that I entered while I was recording the video for my paycheck. I went to the local cafe and I picked up a bagel for breakfast one day I was at work. Then you could see here that I transferred $1,000 to our bills account. This is where our rent check gets drafted from. So I needed to put some money there. And then I was waiting for Hubby to transfer in the $1,500, and that would equal to the rent that we had to pay for the month of December. But you will see that, or I've already mentioned it, that he didn't transfer any money in just yet. So the money that's in the bills account right now is just $1,000. We're going to fix that. And this is the second part of the transaction for the $1,000 that was transferred over to the bills account. I also got some more cash back. Those I don't really talk about too much. But then heating oil, you guys. Remember that I did mention that we had to get heating oil. I did call them. I set up the automatic delivery. They are going to bill my credit card every time we get a delivery. But when they came, I was mentioning that I was a little bit above a half a tank. So it only cost $477.99 for the fuel oil that they delivered. And they charged my card on the 6th. So I think they delivered early morning on the 6th, or it was late on the 5th. I don't remember when they delivered because I wasn't home, but they usually come deliver the oil. They'll leave a receipt for us and then they'll charge my card after that. So $477.99 is what we're going to have to cover. I'm going to go ahead and approve this transaction. I did budget in my monthly budget to pay out about $500 for fuel oil. So this is looking good that we're going to be under what I expected to pay out or what I budgeted for the month of December. So I'm very happy with that. Then I did have a transfer in from the business account for the regular $300 that comes in bi-weekly. And then I made some payments to my Apple Card. So because I did spend a few different, or did charge my Apple Card for a few different things like my electric bill, and I went food shopping and stuff like that, I went in and paid different payments. So at first I made 145 and 51 cents. Then I went back and paid $150 and 48 cents. Then I made a $350 payment to my Apple Card. So these three are outflows from my personal account, and then you could see three inflows into my Apple Card. Then you could see that this morning the SSI benefits came in for $1,375.50. That's the money that we're going to assign when we go over to the plan page. Now, let's go ahead and approve these two transactions from Amazon. It's not for pocket money. I had to order some household consumable. So we're just going to change the category. And I think I had to buy sandwich bags for the kids to take their little snacks to school. I do buy bigger bags of whether it's chips or Chiefs Puffs and stuff like that, and then make them smaller bags to go to school. So we go through the sandwich bags and the snack bags, those little plastic Ziploc bags. We go through those quite often because I also use that to take stuff to work with me. So I think this is for the sandwich bags. And then I ended up getting snack bags and another set of bigger bags to also take the snacks. So I'm just going to put sandwich bags here as well. And I'm going to change the category to household consumable because it is not for personal. So those two have been entered. They have not cleared on my Apple Card just yet because you could see they have these little clocks here. It's still pending for the account or for YNAB to bring it in from the account. So you could see there's a little notification here. This transaction is still pending. Once it posts, we'll ask for your final approval. So that's when it gives that little lock for them to connect what comes in from the credit card to what is already entered in here. So that's not all the transactions though. We need to enter the business transaction did go through against my personal account. So we're going to go and do business expense. I think it's business account for business expense. The outflow is 296.02. That's the regular payment that comes out of my personal account. I don't think anything else has happened since we were here last, which was on the 4th. So we're not doing terribly. All right, we're going to move on to what I did next was transfer money from my personal account because the SSI benefit gets deposited in my personal account. So what we're doing here is because I haven't received the money from Hubby just yet, I'm going to use the SSI benefits and my paycheck to pay the rent. So I'm going to do a transfer to the bills account, and there is some money that was already in the bills account. So the amount that was transferred, and I did this morning, $1,499.97, and it's going to change the amount that's in the bills account to $2,500 to cover the rent. So I think that's all of the transactions that we've had since the last time we were here. We're doing okay as far as spending goes. So this is good. And also, you guys, we did go out to dinner for my son's birthday. I didn't tell hubby how much money I had stashed away, but after we had dinner and the waitress brought over the bill, I think because, we were there as a family, she handed him the check and he paid it. He paid everything, so nothing came out of the regular budget for my son's birthday dinner. So that's good because the money that I had set aside, and we're just going to go down into the birthday, which is in the giving section. I did have some money set aside. I think I did put $150. You could see there was a little bit less than $150 here. I did set aside $150. I did use some of the money to buy the cupcakes and to pay for the Christmas light show that we saw. So we're left with $99.52 that I could put in other places, you guys, because we didn't spend it. The birthday is over, so we can move on and move this money out, which we actually need. So all of this money here, you guys, is going into the rent category because we can't do any better. The rent category right now has $1,000 in there. We need to go up to $2,500. So the $1,375.50 is going directly into the rent category. And I did mention in my last video that I may not come back in here and do a recording for you guys to see, but because I had some transactions to approve and discuss, and I also do want to give you guys the ins and out of what I do in YNAB every day. I am literally in YNAB every day, you guys. I wake up every morning, I check to see what's brought in, I enter all my transactions, I approve what need to be approved. So I'm literally checking YNAB every day. So we still need, for the rent category, we still need $140, nope, $124.50. So we're going to go down to, we're going to have to move some money out of different places. We're going to go down to the groceries. And actually, before we do that, let's take the money that's in the birthdays. We're going to send all of this money to rent right there. And then it's going to tell us what else we need to fulfill the rent category. We still need $24.98. And I'm going to take that out of groceries because so far we don't need any groceries just yet. So we can take that extra $24.98 out of groceries and then wait on Hubby. So let me stop talking for a second before I forget what the number is. $24.98. We're going to send that to rent. So we'll still have $102.02 in groceries, $15 it's still in dining out, and in pocket money in the personal section, I still have $50 here that I haven't spent just yet. So we have our rent covered, which was the number one thing that I needed to get done. So here you can see we're in green for $2,500. The check is out because I was expecting Hubby to transfer money in over the weekend. So the check is out, so it can come against the account at any moment. And I did already transfer the money over to the account, and there is $2,500 in our bills account to cover this. So we can't cover the heating oil expense just yet. So whenever Hubby transfers money in, we'll use that to take care of what's left or the overspent here, but what's left to be covered within this pay period because I'm not going to get any more income until my next pay date on December 19th. So it's good for me to come in and look at it this way because even though the money, I did mention, I guess the title for my last video was Slow Trickle of Our Income Flow. Even though it's a slow trickle, we're not doing terribly, you guys. We're still in a good position because Discover has the money to pay the minimum payment. So does Mattress Firm. And we still have some money set aside in the groceries and the dining out. We also have some in consumable, $10.70. And we still have some money in pocket money. Only thing is, I didn't send any money over to my older daughter for child support just yet, and we still have the braces that will be coming out on the 15th. It's going to get charged to my Capital One card, and then I'll have to pay that after it's cleared. But you guys, this is it for this video. I am pleased with what I'm looking at right now, and I don't have to panic just yet. So thank you guys for taking the time out to watch this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think. Can we do this? Can we make it through the rest of December on a good note? Are we in a good position to start out 2026 in a positive way? I believe so. So I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you in the next one.